Hello, everyone. Idris Abdulkareem has released a song, and the song is really going viral. People are talking about it because it just highlights all the ills in the society. Remember when Idris Abdulkareem did his Jaga Jaga song, and that was during Obasanjo, and there were a lot of he got a lot of flack from the government that felt that why was he singing that song. And Idris Abdul Karim just highlights what it is to have a voice and actually use that voice. Me- there are different ways that people can protest. There are different ways that people can take a stand against bad governance. And Idris Abdul Karim, this is one of the ways. Also showing one of those ways. Music is such a powerful tool that can be used to send message, that can be used to hold government accountable, that can be used to protest, that can be used to make demands. And I just hope that more of our musicians will see what Idris Abdul Karim has done with this song of his, and for them also to contribute to getting good governance in our country by also using their platform, our entertainers, whatever platform they have, be able to use it in a way that calls on government to do the right thing. Yes, I know people will say that, oh, they don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. It's your choice whether you do demand for that good governance or not. But it's very important for every one of us to continue to demand for good governance and ensure that we have the country that every one of us, is going to, that every one of us would want to see and love and have, that works for all of us. I'm just trying to look at some of the things that he did say. He said EMILOKAN has turned to a local. Yorubas are screaming Emi Pawao, and then Hausas are screaming Munaji Yungwa. But just take a listen at some of the things he was saying. Over here you hear the music is playing, and all of that is going on. Ebileko doctor to Ebileko. Munaji Yunwa means we are hungry. And then he said Igbo brothers are say waiting concern us. And he said, well, of course you can't blame the Igbos because they've been so marginalized in our country. And of course any little thing, it's always, everything is poured on their head. Everybody will do something. Even they have not done something, they will look for a way to try and drag the matter to come to their place. It's almost as if Igbo people are not dragged, then the matter is not fully complete. They must have a way, whatever problem there is, or wherever anybody is doing something, they must have a way of dragging it to Igbos and then putting it on their doorstep. So this time that the Igbos are saying, well, concern us, let everybody face the music and whatever it is, he said they have a right to it. Let's listen to other things. Well, he said it all. Even food has turned to gold, in Nigeria. Kidnapping, of course, has become a lucrative business in Nigeria, and people are being taken away. If it's their own children that are taken away, definitely, they will do something about it. Yeah, that's the question. How can a common man have money? Where would that common man get that money from that they will use to pay ransom? They kidnap somebody's son, they kidnap the children, they kidnap husband, they kidnap wife. Where are they going to get this money from? And these are some of the sad things that we've had to deal with in our country. When they kidnap him, his wife and his children, after everything, now they will kill them. See, as Naira, they fall against dollar. Well, we've seen how Naira has gone on. I mean, he really talked about, as in we was picking them one after the other, the ills in the society, the bad things that are happening. See dollar, what he has done to. Well, meanwhile, Tinubu, EMILOKAN, he said don't turn to EBILOKAN. He's saying that people should sacrifice for Nigeria, but he is not doing the sacrifice. He is spending so much money on renovation and stuff like that. How many billions on renovation of his own, property? 15 billion for your traveling allowance alone, 15 billion for himself and Tinubu. He talked about food and refreshment, 40 billion for renovation of Aso Villa. And you know the way Idris Abdulkareem just went through, as if he took the budget. These were the things, all those padding they did in the budget. We've done that, and people have even moved on. We've made those demands. Nothing came out of it, and people have moved on. But he's taking us back to that and say, look, these are, don't forget, these are how much they are spending on themselves. Meanwhile, these same people are saying to Nigerians that Nigerians should sit down and bear with them and tighten their belt and do all sorts of things, as if they are not the ones to also tighten their belt. So of course Gary cannot, and then you know what it is, you know it's always the blame game. This one will blame this one, that one will blame this. And so they're saying, you know, Tinubu's government, for me as far as concerned, legitimate government blamed Buhari, and then Buhari blamed Jonathan, and it goes and of course you say this one don't pass. I'm trying to just, while he said this one, Tinubu was part of APC, you know, government, not necessarily government, APC party, and part of that whole thing. Why didn't he help, you know, Buhari to solve the problem? Buhari collected so much money and all of that. And then this one too has come. Nothing has been done. You know, say Buhari was incompetent, but you still bring him to destroy Nigeria. Paddy government, now you are the president. Since Buhari don't destroy Nigeria, I hope say you will bring him to judgment. Emefiele printed 23 trillion. Well, he talked about the money that the Ways and Means, 23 million that printed by Emefiele, and of course he's asking, hope Buhari would also be brought to judgment. I've always said that a lot of time. How can EMILOKAN be facing trial, prosecution, then his boss is sitting down at home chilling? If you're talking about immunity, of course there's no longer immunity now, and there's nothing that stops the prosecution of Buhari. Within 8 years, under Buhari government, $6 million for election observers. They say somebody forged. Yeah, I remember I even talked about that. A good number of these things that I mentioned, I have a lot of videos that I did on those things. And even is it $6 million that was put for election observers? I had to ask a question. I remember even having one of these international bodies who had a meeting with them. I brought up the issue. I say it's really worrisome that they are saying that election observers are being given this huge amount, this money. So what is it? Is it for them to give favorable election observation where people are killed? They come out to say that, oh, everything was free and fair. Is this what they're being paid for? But of course, they come to deny that, the signature was forged and all of that. And Eedris Abdulkareem is saying there's nothing like forged signature. Man, you people did this thing. Why the signature? The lie. Why signed that document? Period. Where our refineries, where we promised to fix. I've been at Dangote refineries. Well, of course, as usual, the biggest, and I think it's not even too long ago that I did a video on that. The biggest scam that we seem to have in Nigeria is all about this refinery talk, where they're always telling us that they're going to repair the refineries, but these things, you know, never get done. And then, of course, is it Dangote's refinery we're going to be depending on? Well, those are things that we have. Well, it's also saw removal of subsidy. A lot of, they are selling for 600 per liters. How much have they made? Why are people still suffering? And now we're even finding out that, look, that subsidy is still being paid. And so you wonder, why are people paying this high amount of money? Why this subsidy is also being paid? The people have had to, you know, sell their properties to be able to feed their families. But meanwhile, these people who had gotten themselves, written their way into office, are actually acquiring more property. And of course, he hailed the Labour Party leader for trying to demand for the, you know, the minimum wage. So of course he's saying that if the government says they cannot pay the minimum wage they are asking for, then they should also get the lawmakers to be earning that same minimum wage so that better things will be done. Let everybody suffer and see how it is. He talked about Nnamdi Kanu, and he asked for Nnamdi Kanu to be freed, and also talked about very dark man. I think that's what it's called, right? Very dark man. And then of course he went on and took on the religious body, starting of course mainly of course with Pastor Adeboye, where he said he spoke during the time of Jonathan, but he's not silent. He's not coming out to say, and things have actually was. Although there are some people who have said that that particular march that Adeboye did was not during Jonathan, but it was actually during Buhari, and there are some who have said that the march was not even really whether he was asked making the march, but it just some frivolous thing that they went on a march. Well, who is there to determine frivolity? But then for me, the religious bodies have really failed. But I've always said it times with that number, that the religious body and the political bodies, they are actually in a symbiotic relationship. They need each other to be able to effectively and efficiently deal with Nigerians, and that's what they're doing. The religious rulers, they need bad governance for them to be able to sell cheap miracles, while the political rulers, they need the religious rulers to keep the people subdued and for them not to be able to demand and ask something.
Jonathan, your voice was so loud. You even vowed to stage a 1 million match. Hunger and hardship under Tinubu government. You say Nigeria gets spiritual problem. Baba, we need your one.
So, of course, also he's saying that Pastor Adeboye has said he was going to stage a 1 million man vote, a march. So where's the 1 million? That now that hunger is killing people, there's a need to do that. I've always said that, there are some pastors in Nigeria that not only pastors, religious rulers, pastors and malam, that have millions and millions of followers. If those people were to call for protest, you really cannot see up to 20 million Nigerians are on the street. So we have where are these people? Where are the voices when people are going through so much? People are dying. People can't afford to feed. People are being killed, but their voices are silent. And of course, you remember when Pastor Adeboye would do a video in his support for Israel, and Nigerians came after him, especially the young Nigerians, because they were so angry and said that many people have been killed in Nigeria. Even Christians have been killed in Nigeria. That he has never, spoken up about them. But there he was doing a video to show his support of Israel.
Million disciples to protest against President Tinubu government, just the way you protest against President Jonathan. Daddy, I be leg don't pay your disciples. Fact, this is a very big hypocrite.
They say, I be leg don't they pain the disciple, and that this is a very big, hypocrisy. These are some of the things that he really said. It's just a video that really, talks about the ills in the society, and I'm sure a lot of people will listen to that music and just feel relieved in the fact that the problem that they are going through, somebody is out there being able to voice exactly those problems in a way that they have not even been able to voice it very well. Anyway, that's more or less okay. I'm trying to get it to now stop. Well, that's basically what that whole music has been about, and I must say it that is the way to use your voice when you have a platform. Use it in a way that you speak out. And one of the things when I first saw that video, I was just looking at it, the musical video, and just thinking that, hey, this is a man who recently had a huge head scare, where he of course a huge health challenge where he had to do a kidney transplant, and I think it was his wife that donated a kidney to him, and here he is making this kind of music, standing with the people and just not letting his own problem just weigh him down, but speaking also for the generality of everyone. Thank you so much for watching.